What's going on, guys? BossBoy6 here, back to your video, and today here to give you guys yet another CD collection update video. Hooray! It's been a little bit since I did my last one. It's mainly because I've been wanting to listen to these CDs that actually all came from this year, so no old ones or anything like that. These all came from this year, and a good chunk of these I did do an album review of, and some of these I actually checked out for the first time because I've heard some good reviews about and all that stuff. But yeah, I will I'm not sure if I'll provide links for my album reviews that I have done for some of these. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I might, just so that you guys can go check them out on your own time. But yeah, a good chunk of these I have listened, I have checked out, and I have reviewed. But a good chunk of these I've actually listened to for the first time, and well, I'm here to give you my thoughts, and I'll give a little bit of a star rating, so that way you guys know how I feel about the album in particular. So without further ado, let's get into these albums. Starting off with the first one, Allegiant, The Ossuary Lens. This is the newest offering from this Colorado-based death metal, progressive, technical, melodic death metal act, I believe. I have not heard a full album from these guys until this one. I've heard some good stuff from them, obviously. I've heard some good stuff from their last album, Danum, that came out in 2022. But I haven't fully checked that album out in particular. But this is the first one with their original vocalist back in the band. And he does pretty damn solid for the most part. I just dig the songwriting on this album. Again, I'll probably provide a link in the description for the review, but I dig this album. Like Chaos Theory, Wake Circling Above, Dark Matter Dynamics. Like, this is just some killer stuff. I believe I gave it 4.25, I believe, for my review. If I didn't, then I give it 4 something. But yeah, this is just some damn good stuff. If you guys have not checked out this album, please do. I do recommend it. Really damn good stuff. Alright, the next one I have is Anthropomorphia, Devoid of Light. This is the newest album from this death metal act from the Netherlands, I believe. Yeah, the Netherlands. I have not checked out this band before until this album, and what actually got me intrigued was the producer from this album, the legendary Dan Swano, or I think it was the engineer. It was one of those two, but yeah, Dan Swano did some help when it comes to the mix of this album, and you can tell this is a Dan Swano mixed ordeal, because goddamn, does this thing just sound nice, gritty, dirty, and just flat out disgusting death metal with a little bit of a blackened tinge to it, which I really dig. But just killer stuff all around. I believe I did a review for this one in particular, but yeah, just some damn good stuff right here. The Withering Stench of Hope, the title track, Ash Drapes the Earth, Triumph of Death, like, killer songwriting throughout. I absolutely dug this album. If you love some, I guess, like, if Immolation in a way kind of went a little bit blackened, then yeah, you'll actually really dug this album. I know I did. And the album, the inside of the album actually looks really nice as well. So yeah, this is just some killer stuff. I believe I gave it 4.25, I believe. Yeah, killer stuff. Not much more needs to be said. Big recommendation. Alright, the next one I have, Behemoth, The Shit of God. Ugh. Cringy album title at all. Anyways, this is a black and death metal act from Poland. And, well, I haven't really checked out a lot of Behemoth, mainly because I've heard ever since they released The Satanist back in 2014, it's been a lot of retreads and not a whole lot else. Like, it feels like they're trying to recapture the Satanist sound to little to no effect with Opus Contrum, and especially I loved her at her darkest. But I was somewhat eager to check out this new album because, well, I do like me some black and death metal. Unfortunately, Nargle, the lead frontman out of this whole fucking shebang, decides to be trying to be an edgelord, and to little to no success of his own. Like, the songwriting, I think, is, pretty solid, but the lyrics are so fucking cringy on this album. Like, the title track in particular, like, what the fuck are you trying to do there? There's some great tracks, though. Like, musically, I think this album is fantastic. Musically, this is like 4.25, bordering on a 4.5. But the thing that fucking kills it for me is the lyrics and the weird as hell vocals. Like, I don't know what Nargle was trying to do, but for you wrestling fans, he sounds like whenever The Big Show and The Rock were having their feud in like 2000 or something like that, and The Rock was imitating The Big Show like, like, he sounds like that, and it just comes off as kind of stupid and kind of silly, like Sowing Salt and Shadow Elite. I think those songs are fantastic musically, but fuck, like, what the hell are you doing? I just don't get it. Like, it sounds like an emo teen is making his first ever lyrics, and this is the lyrics he pulled out. Like, dude, what the fuck? Like, Christ is cringe? Dude, what the... You're making DSI look like Mormons by comparison. Like, Jesus. And it sucks because, again, musically, this album is fantastic, but unfortunately, it gets boggled down by the complaints I have. But if you want to listen to a band where its lyrics aren't made by an edgy preteen that, I don't know, decided to look up, fucking emo lyrics, listen to Immolation. You will be thanking me later. But, yeah, if I had to give this album an overall review, I will give it 3.5. I do think it's a really damn good album, but unfortunately it gets boggled down by the stupid lyrics and the cringy ass vocals. So it's good, but it gets dragged down by the complaints I have with it. So yeah, check this album out. I do recommend it, but be cautious of the stuff I did have to complain about. Alright, next one I have is Benediction, Ravage of Empires. This is the newest album from this English-based death metal act. I've been wanting to check out these guys for a long time, mainly because a couple of their vocalists actually left to go do some to greener pastures. One of their vocalists, I believe the original vocalist Barney Greenway, will later go on to be in Napalm Death, and Dave Ingram, the current vocalist of Benediction, was actually in Bolt Thrower for a little bit. So that's all well and good, but I've been wanting to check out some of the early stuff, mainly the Grand Leveler and especially Transcend the Rubicon. But I finally got my hands on this album in particular, and despite the fact the thing is cracked because, Amazon can't get their shit together to save their life sometimes, this album is fucking incredible. I believe I did a review of it on my channel. This is just some damn good death metal right here. Very thrashy too, like very thrashy death metal. While there are no solos, which that is a little bit of a gripe I have with it, the riffs absolutely deliver, like Carrion Harvest, Deviant Spine, Engines of War, the first single on this album. Oh my god, I love that riff. Like, that groove is so fucking catchy. The title track, this whole album rips in my opinion. Like, Dave Ingram's voice is so commanding and so damn good. Again, despite no solos and maybe the album cover is a little too familiar from the album beforehand, I dug the shit out of this. I believe I gave this 4.5. I believe this is so far my favorite death metal album of the year so far. But yeah, absolutely killer stuff. If you love old school, death metal with a little bit of a thrashy edge, check this album out. Highly recommended. Alright, the next one is actually an EP, and it's from the Swedish doom metal gods Candlemass with Blackstar. I was somewhat eager about this one because while Sweet Evil Son was a bit of a disappointing album for them, I'm like, you know what, it's Candlemass. I can't help but love these guys. And I'm wanting to get all of the studio albums they have, even their 90s stuff, which I'm not too big on. They're not bad, they just don't feel like Candlemass albums to me. But this is just some damn good doom metal right here. Especially the title track. Like, the title track I think is absolutely awesome. The production, I kind of compare this as to take that Sweet Evil Sun sound and have a little bit of Epicus Doomicus Metallicus, but more of a modern production. Like, it's got like that old school 80s sound, but more modernized, which I really, really, really dig. And while yes, this is kind of somewhat of a kind of like a heartfelt thank you to the fans and a little bit of nostalgia, that doesn't automatically make it bad. Like, the title track I think is awesome. Corridors of Chaos is such a fun instrumental. But the two cover songs they do are actually really damn good. Sabbath Bloody Sabbath, obviously akin to Black Sabbath, which I do prefer the original, but this version's really damn good too. I'm kind of shocked they didn't do this one when Sabbath announced their final show, which felt more like Ozzy's final show because it was. But it's still a damn good cover, even though I think Anthrax did a little bit of a better cover in my opinion. But their cover of Pentagram's Forever My Queen is very, very, very fun. So, yeah, if you just want to listen to four guys that are in the, I think they're in their 60s, I think, they just want to riff out and just have fun, feel free to check this out. This was just a fun outing. I give it 3.5 only because of a small sample size, but this is still a fun EP, and I really, really, really dug it. So, yeah, check this out. I give it a recommendation. Alright, next up, Cryptopsy and Unsustainable Violence. This is the latest offering from this Canadian-based tech death act. I did a review of this album when it came out because I was a little anticipated for it because, well, I was a fan of their last one, As Gomorrah Burns, even though the production felt a little too compressed. While this is a little compressed still, I think the songs got a lot more brutal on this album, and Matt's vocals are just unhinged on this album. Like, he just sounds like he is unleashing hell. And it's really, 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 really damn good. But, yeah, the songs themselves kick so much ass until there's nothing left. The Art of Emptiness, which is probably my favorite track on it, has this nice kind of blackened feel to it. Embrace the Melody. Like, every song on this album fucking rules. Again, I'll provide links in the description for where you guys can find my reviews of these albums, but yeah, this is just some damn good stuff right here. If you just love some old school tech death with a bit of a more modern production, even though it is still a little bit compressed, can't go wrong with this one. Absolutely killer stuff. Alright, next one I have is Ghost with Skelleta, or however the hell you say that word. This is the latest offering from this Danish-based 80s pop rock, kind of metal act. Like, these guys have a little more metallic edge to some of their songs, but they're by all means like an 80s pop kind of act. I know this band had a lot of fans, especially as the years have gone on, and while I'm not like the world's biggest fan of some of the songs that they have done, I do respect the fact that they are starting to get some more people into the more theatric kind of ordeal, which I can honestly respect them for that. But holy shit, this album is honestly so fucking good. I can't believe how catchy this album is. Like, these guys know how to write catchy hooks. I will give them credit for that. Like Peacefield, Satanize, Lacrima, I think that's how you say that word. Cenotaph, Marks of the Evil One, Melissa Amora, I think that's how you say that word. That feels like a full-on glam metal song in some ways. Yeah, this became, I think, the #1 selling album of the year so far, and honestly, I'm kind of glad because I'm sick and tired of all these other fucking pop acts think that they're the hot shit when this is how pop is really supposed to be, but I certainly digress. Yeah, this is just some killer shit. Absolutely dug it. If you just love 80s pop with a little bit of rock and some metal thrown in there, you can't go wrong with Ghost. I give this for 4.5. I dug this album. Absolutely killer stuff. Big recommendation. Alright, the next one I have is Gruesome, Silent Echoes. This is the latest album from this California / Florida death metal act, because this band has some members that are from Florida and that are from from California. This is actually Matt Harvey from Exhumed. This is his death metal project. And, well, in case you can't tell from the album cover, if you guys love Human by Death, then you're going to love this album. And I was actually planning to do a review of not only this album, but the new Catatonia, but unfortunately time got away from me, and, well, I listened to this, and then I was listening to new Catatonia, and, well, yeah, that album didn't do anything for me, but this did everything for me, because I fucking love this album right here. Yes, it's borderline human worship, but at least it's not full-on plagiarism, because if you love Human, then you're going to love this album. And, well, Human's my favorite death metal album of all time. Yeah, I'm going to love this album, because this is just absolutely fantastic. Like, Condemned Identity, Frailty, Shards, the title track, even Voice Within the Void, which is the lone instrumental on this album. Very, 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 very reminiscent of Cosmic Sea. Except I think this might be a little bit better. Even though I do like Cosmic Sea, I know a lot of people don't really like that song in particular. I do because, well, yeah, it feels like a Cynic song. Guess what? It's still cool. But yeah, like Reason to Deny, like this album is fucking killer. I love the production on it. A lot more of a thrashy edge. Like there's some Slayer vibes, especially on the song Shards in particular. But yeah, this is just some killer stuff. It's a little over 30 minutes, so it's not that long of an album, but yeah, this is just some damn good stuff right here. One of my favorite death metal albums of the year. Can't go wrong with it. 4.5 for me. Absolutely dug this. Alright, the next album I have is The Haunted with Songs of Last Resort. This is the newest album from the Swedish-based melodic death metal / thrash act. Like, it's kind of somewhere in between that good medium of mellow death and thrash. So, there's that, but I did check this album out. I did a review of it because I was very anticipated to see how this album was going to be, because I needed to check out more of The Haunted. Yeah, this is just some fucking killer stuff. Again, I did a review of it. Feel free to check it out. Yeah, just killer stuff. Lots of thrashy vibes. A lot of great riffs on this album, like Warhead, Death to the Crown, Through the Fire, Labyrinth of Lies is fantastic. This is just some killer stuff. Again, I'll provide a link in the description for the review. But yeah, killer stuff right here. One of my favorite albums of the year so far. Big recommendation. All right, the next album I have is Hate with Bellum Regis. I think that's how you say that word. I'm not 100% sure. Anyways, this is the latest offering from this Polish-based death metal act. I guess blackened death metal in some ways, because there are some blackened moments on this album. But I've always heard of the band Hate, but never checked an album out from them. I know, I don't always say that a lot, but guys, I only have so much time to listen to a shit ton of music, and I'm still young when it comes to the metal scene, because, you know, I grew up listening to different kinds of music when I was slowly getting into metal. So I'm like my 5th year or some shit like that, so I'm not a seasoned veteran just yet. But yeah, this is some fucking killer stuff right here. Especially the Vanguard in particular is really damn good. Prophet of Arkan, let's see, the title track is fantastic. Like, this is just some killer blackened death metal right here. Like, I dug the shit out of this album. Like, this is what Behemoth should have been. This is what the new Behemoth should have been. And as much as I hate to say it, love this a lot more than the new Behemoth, because at least these lyrics aren't cringy and the vocals aren't weird as fuck. So there's that. But yeah, this is just some killer stuff. I give this 4.25. I absolutely dug the shit out of this album. Again, if you just love your good old blackened death metal with Poland, you can't go wrong with this one. Big recommendation. Alright, the next album I have is Imperial Triumphant with Gold Star. And the reason why I have it like this is because the packaging's a little weird. But yeah, this is the newest offering from this New York black metal, kind of death metal-ish, avant-garde jazz act. Like, this band's a little weird. I'm not 100% sure how to really describe this band. Like, Um, the album artwork looks cool. It looks like a 1920s like cigarette pack, which I think that's what they were trying to go for. But when I first listened to this album, I didn't know what to think of it. Like, it took me a while for it to grow on me, but now that I listen to it again, this album really, really, really did grow on me. Like, there's some killer stuff like Eye of Mars, Hotel Sphinx. Let's see, Pleasure Dome is great. I believe Dave Lombardo, I believe, plays on a track. I think in Industry of Misery, I believe. I believe in the liner notes, which I think is really, really, really cool. But actually, really quick, I want to fact check myself with this one. Let me see. Come on. Load. I believe it should, unless I'm forgetting. Well, shit. There's that. Well, I guess I won't be able to figure out because my internet sucks right now. But yeah, this is just some damn good stuff. Again, it took me a while for it to grow on me, but yeah, I absolutely dug this album. This is just some very fun, weird music in a way, but I give this 4 stars. I dig this. I legit dug this album. So yeah, if you just love black metal, a little bit of death metal with some fusiony jazz kind of ordeal, then hey, you can't go wrong with this one. So yeah, killer stuff. Big recommendation right here. Alright, next one I have is Leper Colony, Those of the Morbid. This is the newest album from this, shit. I wouldn't know where it's at, but again, my fucking internet is god awful, so there's that. Oh, here we go. It loaded up. Okay, this is a German kind of death thrash act in some ways. I've never heard of these guys until my good buddy Levi, aka Thrashmaniac99, he did a review of this album, and he said this was some damn good stuff, and well, I agree. This is just some fun stuff right here. I will say the vocals are kind of interesting. The vocals remind me of Chuck from Death and a little bit of John Tardy thrown there. Like he's got like the like that kind of veneer to his vocals, which I really dig. But Master's Voice, Flesh to Rot to Ashes, Realm of Madness is fun. Creature from the Depth. I mean, the song Apocalypse Horrors, it is what it is. But this is just some fun death metal right here. It's not one of my all-time favorites of the year so far. Maybe just outside of the top 35, this might be maybe an honorable mention, but this is still some fun stuff. I give it 3 3/4. I dug it, but I might have to listen to it again to get a second opinion on it. But yeah, this is just some killer stuff right here. Not much more needs to be said. I love the album cover too. The album cover looks awesome, but yeah, this is just some good stuff right here, and yeah, I would give it a recommendation. Alright, the next album I have is Night, Cult of the Serpent Sun. This is the newest album from this Pennsylvania-based blackened heavy metal act, or maybe blackened speed metal act. I have heard of these guys, but haven't gone out of my way to check out an album by them before listening to this album, but I heard some mixed opinions on it, mainly because of the vocals, which, I might as well give my quick thoughts on them. I don't mind them, but I can understand why people don't like them. It's a little bit off. It does sound like they're trying to fit a square peg in a round hole, but, I don't mind them personally. It kind of sounds like he's trying to sound a little bit like Lemmy at points, but the riffs are absolutely fantastic, like the title track, The Mystic, Carry On, that's a great song. In the Wind of Scar, I think that's how you say that word. It's Sokar, I think. I don't really know, but yeah, this is just some pretty fun black and heavy metal right here. If you are big into I guess bands like, I guess a little bit of Midnight thrown in there, I guess some Hellripper in some capacity. check this album out. This is just some fun blackened heavy metal, and hey, what's not to love about blackened heavy metal? So, yeah, fun stuff all around. I give this four and a quarter. Fun stuff right here. Check this out. All right, the next one I have is, let me pull the thing up really quick so I don't get my thing mixed up. Rivers of Nihil with their self-titled album. This is the latest offering from this Pennsylvania-based death metal, progressive / technical death metal act. I also did a review of this album when it came out, and again, I'll leave a link in the description. This is some fucking killer stuff right here. I was actually jamming some songs like a little bit after it came out, and it got a little bit better in my opinion on re-listens, especially on the song Water and Time. Like, that song is so damn good. It's very pretty in a way, but Dustman, the title track, the eponymous track, Rivers of Nihil, House of Light, like, this is just some killer stuff right here. Again, I will leave a link in the description for my review of it, but yeah, this is just some killer stuff right here. Not much more needs to be said. Recommended without reservation. All right, getting close to the end here, folks. Next one I have is a Sacarator. I think that's how you say that word. I'm not 100% sure what it is, but Swarming Angels and Flies. This is the newest album from this, let me see, this Blackened Thrash act from Sweden. I haven't heard of these guys, but when I saw Blackened Thrash, I'm like, hey, I like that. And I picked it up. And from what I've heard, it was really damn good. And listening to this album, yeah, this album fucking rips. This is a really damn good album right here, if you ask me. I really love the riffs, especially on the title track, the deep ends, Comment of End Times, Where the Void Begins, and Closure is a very fun track as well. Yeah, it's just some fun, riffy, blackened thrash that really reminds me of Hellripper a lot. So, yeah, this is just some fun stuff, and yeah, I give it 4 and a quarter. I dug the shit out of this album. So, yeah, very good. Not much more needs to be said. Alright, the next one I have, and I was very happy to pick this bad boy up. Sodom, the Arsonist. This is the latest album from these German thrash legends, thrash gods, if you will. This was probably my most anticipated album of the year because this is my favorite thrash act of all time. And when it dropped, I wasn't really too disappointed with it, with when a lot of people actually say about this album, but I dug the shit out of this album in particular. I really dug this album. Yes, the production's not the best, and maybe it is a little too long in some capacity, but I love damn near every track on it. Like Battle of Harvest Moon, Trigger Discipline, The Spirits I Call, Gun Without Groom is so damn good. Witch Hunter, which is a nice nod to Chris Witch Hunter. Return to God in Parts. This is just some killer stuff. And the album cover, looks cool. Looks something out of like Call of Duty, but yeah, this is just some damn good stuff right here. Like, yeah, there's a track or two I probably would have taken off of the album and made it a little bit better, but if this is the last album the band is probably going to do, then I think they went out with a damn good album in my opinion. So, yeah, this is just some damn good stuff right here. If you just love some good old thrash metal, then you can't go wrong with Sodom. Big recommendation. And I'll provide a link in the description. Alright, we're just about near the end, folks. Next one I have is Spirit World with Helldorado. This is the newest offering from this Las Vegas-based thrash act. A little bit more of a hardcore kind of punky kind of band as well, because there are some like nice D beats on this album as well. But I was told that this one is kind of harking back to their old days when this was actually a country act. Yeah, believe it or not, before they went more DB kind of crust punk, hardcore thrash, this was actually a country act, and they kind of incorporated those elements on this album in particular. And I'm not gonna lie, I dug the shit out of this, honestly. Like, those more kind of country, kind of acoustic guitars actually kind of gave this album a little bit of flavor, which I absolutely dig. Like, Abilene Grim, No Vacancy in Heaven's great, Western Stars in the Apocalypse, Waiting on the Reaper is so damn good. Oblivion might be the heaviest song of the entire album, but yeah, those more kind of like country, like ballads, I guess. Like the more softer songs on the album are actually really damn good, especially on the Nihilism in particular. That's a very, very nice song to end the album, but I absolutely dug this. It makes me want to check out some of the early stuff because I know, their album beforehand, Deathbuster, was very fucking good. So, yeah, 4.25, almost 4.5 for me. I dug the shit out of this album. Again, if you love some thrash with a little bit of country thrown in there, you can't go wrong with this album. So, yeah, big recommendation. Not much more needs to be said. All right, the third from the last one is Volbeat, Gods of Angels Trust. This is the latest offering from this, I believe, Danish act. Yeah, they're from Denmark, I believe. This is a blues rock, kind of heavy metal, rockabilly act. They're kind of a little all over the place in some capacity. Like, are they rock? Are they metal? Kind of, but kind of not at the same time. But yeah, I was somewhat anticipating this album because the first song I actually heard was Demonic Depression, and fuck, that song's heavy. That is a heavy, like, kind of thrashing track. The riffs on this album are fucking awesome. I love the riffs in particular, like big, thick, chunky, thrashy riffs, but combined with the more melodic style from Michael Poulsen, which some people are kind of iffy about his vocals. I personally love him. I kind of dug his more kind of softer, kind of Bruce Dickinson-like epic quality to his vocals, which I really dug. But Devils Are Awake, By a Monster's Hand, Acid Rain, which is a more kind of upbeat track, is pretty cool, Demonic Depression, and The Barn of the Goat Giving Birth to Satan's Spawn in a Dying World of Doom. That's an awesome title, and that's a really good song. Excuse me. At the End of the Sirens, Lonely Fields, which I believe that song's about Halloween, the movie Halloween, because it has the John Carpenter score thrown in there, which I think is cool. So I guess that's about Halloween. But Enlighten the Disorder by a Monster's Hand Part 2, that's a really damn good closer. Yeah, I dug the shit out of this album. I guess 4.25. Yeah, I dug the shit out of this album. This is just some very, very, very fun, just fun, you know, kind of blues rock, hard rock, a little bit of metal, rockabilly, fun. Yeah, this is just fun. It's a fun album. Not much more needs to be said. Alright, my penultimate title I'm going to be talking about is Warbringer, Wrath and Ruin. This is the newest album from this LA-based thrash act. I have checked out a couple songs by this band, mainly the song Living Weapon, which that song's a fucking ripper. And I've been meaning to check out some of their other stuff too, but just haven't gone out of my way to listen to them. But I finally got this album because I heard this was pretty hyped, and well, it's fucking great. Possibly the best thrash album of the year. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, this album is just awesome from start to finish. Like the Sword and the Cross, Neuromancer, Jackhammer, Shrek from the Sky, The Last of My Kind. Like, this is just some killer thrash. And this one I actually have the live bonus disc, which is Ravaging Europe from 2023. This is actually produced by Mark Lewis from Audio Hammer, which I think is a really, really, really cool. But yeah, I dug the shit out of this album. This is just some very, very, very damn good stuff. And yeah, not much more needs to be said. I give this 4.5. I dug the shit out of this album. You can't go wrong with it. Great stuff. And then finally, the last album I have is Whitechapel, Hymns in Dissonance. This is the latest album from this Tennessee-based deathcore act. I don't think this is deathcore though. Like, yeah, you got a lot of breakdowns on this album. You got the more like heavy vocals. This feels more like a tech death, almost brutal death album in some ways. Because, holy shit, there was a lot of, like, heavy riffs on this album that really remind me of, like, Suffocation, a little bit of Defeated Sanity, a hint of, like, Cryptopsy thrown in there. Like, there's a lot of heavy fucking riffs on this album, man. I really do like the little theme that they go with here, where it's, like a guy that's having some kind of cult, which I think is really nice. But Prisoner 666, the title track, a Visceral Reich, Hate Cult Ritual, The Abysmal Gospel, and especially Nothing Is Coming for Any of Us. I love that song in particular. Yeah, this is killer stuff. I believe I did an album review of it too. I believe with the new Titan Blood, which I thought was really unique. But yeah, this is some great stuff, and Phil Bozeman fucking crushes it on vocals. Like, that dude's vocals are really, really, really good on this album. But yeah, check it out, the album as a whole, and check out my review of it. I believe I did a review of it with that and the new Titan Blood. So yeah, great stuff. Got nothing else really to say about it. So folks, that finally concludes this CD collection update video. I hope you guys do enjoy this video. Man, this one did take me a lot longer than I anticipated. I do apologize for that, but thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys did, make sure you guys leave a like, leave a comment, tap that big red subscribe button, and tap the bell so when I upload, you guys will be notified. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Most importantly, join the herd. Talk to you guys next video. Peace out.